Hi, my name is Norman Poliquin. I represent Blackstone Valley Apiaries located in North Smithfield, Rhode Island. And I'm pleased to talk to you about pollinators today. It's a very important thing. At the beginning of this program, they showed a nice little bat working on a cactus plant. A very important little insect eater. He's not only pollinating, but he's helping nature. When nature was involved, everything on Earth had a purpose in it. Now we're trying to say what's important and what's not important, and yet we're going down real bad because the environment's in trouble and it needs our help. That's why the Native Americans used to call the Earth Mother Earth, because she gives us life. Now everybody wants to help their mother. Ask yourselves, what can I do to help the earth? This is important. You know, the future is in the hands of young people. You know, pollinators, there are over 4,000 species of bees in North America, and about 180 species documented in Rhode Island. That was taken in 2016. In 2016, the monarch butterfly was 85% extinct at that point. It's a migrating little insect that goes back to South America, and it can't make it home. It gets to certain agricultural areas, and then pesticides get them, and that is gone. Eventually, there will be no more monarchs. And that goes for many, many other pollinators. I want to really say how important pollination is. For example, almonds, which is in California, of course, is 100% pollination necessary to have a crop. Apples, asparagus is 90%. 1/3 of all the food we eat is pollinated by an insect. So, you know, if you want to do a little project for yourselves, go see your parents and your grandparents and ask them, what's not here than when you were a child was here? Like, for example, in my case, the Luna moth used to be plentiful. I mean, it had a wingspan of 6 to 8 inches. You don't see them no more. Now, because of the way we're taking care of the earth, sand banks and stuff like that, where the honeybee lives in the wild, is being destroyed. So the honeybee is under stress also, real bad. So this is something we got to pay attention to. This is what a bee looks like. It's got 6 legs. The back of it is called an abdomen. It's got legs, and they got little furry legs, and this is where it's called a basket, where they collect pollen and bring it back to the hive. It's got compound eyes on each side of the bee, and on top of its head it's got 3 little dots, and those dots are small eyes. So when a bee goes out and forages for nectar or pollen, it comes out and another bee comes back and it's got a load of good stuff, and it says, oh, I found a tree a half a mile away. They get on the front porch. They do it inside, they do this dance. And this dance is going to tell them the directions of where the pollen and the nectar is. So now there might be 10, 20, 100 bees doing different dances. They want to get everybody to do their dance. So the one who dances the best wins the election, and everybody follows that bee and goes and to that tree and starts bringing in the pollen and the nectar. So they have communication. Now, to my left over here, you'll find there'll be 3 different bees in a hive. This one here, you'll notice, is longer than this one. This is a worker bee, and this one at the end with the big bulging eyes and the furry back, that's a drone. That's a boy bee.
How did the bees get here?
When the Europeans came to the United States, they brought everything they needed. They brought cows, they brought some sheep, they brought some pigs, they brought some chickens, and different farm animals. So when they got here, they set up their homes, like in Plymouth, Massachusetts, for example. And when they were here for a very short time, the housewife turned around and said to her husband, "We're out of honey. We have no sweeteners." So they decided to send a message back to Europe. And when they got there, they took honeybees and put them in barrels and put them on a ship and brought them to this country. The bees were shipped from England to the new land and the colonies in Virginia in early 1622. This is how the bees started getting here. So they were moving around the country faster than the settlers were. In a very short time, there were honeybees in the wild all over North America. So this is one of the reasons that we have honeybees in this country. Now, what does it look like in a hive? So going back to pollination, organic gardening is very important. Heirloom plants are very, very important. You know, backyard gardening is a very, very important thing. Here in New England at one time, and I'm old enough to say it, that there was an apple orchard. You couldn't go 20 miles without finding 1 or 2 apple orchards. Where did they go? Farms were unbelievable in New England. Quality of food is dropping. For an example, there was an article that came out a short time ago where, for unknown reasons, they noticed in a zoo that monkeys and elephants had tooth decay, which was very unusual. So they did some testing and they found out that watermelons, the smaller variety, the round ones, that these animals love, because man had tampered with it so much, the sugar contents were so high, it was giving the animals tooth decay. Point I'm making, you are what you eat. Education is a very important thing. Very important that you, as children, try to find a way, go to your library, ask about environmental books, learn about it, because this is your future we're talking about. It's a pleasure to talk to you, and I hope to hear from you someday. Thank you.